After the news story came out recently about this blue chip ETF that was put forth by Truth.fi and, the president's crypto family business that included the CRO token amongst others like XRP, Solana, Ethereum, and Bitcoin, we had a new ETF potentially get approved, actually a conversion potentially from Bitwise. And in this ETF, CRO was excluded, but we saw a lot of excitement and hope for altcoins over the last few weeks. And though CRO was excluded from this recent Bitwise ETF that I want to talk to you guys about, there is still this very significant story of this blue chip ETF that is coming, likely for CRO. And we do see some very positive stories coming out that the SEC would be very likely to approve a lot of these altcoin ETFs, including the one that does have CRO in it, and many others. But we're having a little bit of a hiccup with altcoin seasons as Bitcoin dominance is climbing today. Let's talk a little bit about the price action for CRO and what is going on right now with this ETF that was approved, then retracted from the SEC regarding this Bitwise product that didn't include CRO. And let's talk about what's different from that versus this CRO blue chip ETF that was proposed by the president's family crypto business. Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I'm Crypto Kip. Do me a favor, smash the like button, subscribe to this channel for more crypto content. We're coming out every day with crypto news for you guys. So buckle up. Let's talk a little bit about it, guys. Now, nothing we ever say here is financial advice, but we have been talking about the crypto markets since the lowest lows of the bear market when Bitcoin was down only at $15,000 before we had all these ETFs coming out. We've made some predictions on this channel that have come into fruition, a lot of them, and crypto has moved in the right direction. But as always, you have to do your own digging and make sense of it for yourself. But I want to talk about these stories with you guys and first start this thing off by noticing that crypto is kind of coming down today. Our biggest gainers are only up 4% today, and we've got a lot of losers that are down 10+% after having a wonderful crypto rally into last week where we had the Genius bill actually put through and finally approved. A little bit of an altcoin season started to occur. Bitcoin dominance started to fall. And CRO's been doing quite well, but even it is coming down today. And if you take a peek at what's going on in these crypto markets, you're going to see a lot is down today. But Cronos is not one of the biggest losers today. It's only down 4%, still up 9.7% over the last 7 days. If you look at where it's at in the ranking right now, just as context for you before we kind of dive into this, it overall in the crypto space is standing at a strong position at rank number 31 with just under a $4 billion market cap. Now, we were above the $4 billion market cap just yesterday, and we were above 12 cents, but now we're back down below 11 cents. What is going on? What has happened? Well, part of the rally that we had, guys, was this Trump's media company crypto blue chip ETF filing was huge for CRO. And this was something that kind of sent us up in the right direction. And just to note, traditional markets, the S&P 500 is rallying right now. A lot of things have been rallying lately. And we've seen a lot of excitement because Ethereum has actually been breaking out spectacularly, getting a very nice move up to this blue trend line. But unfortunately, we are seeing a little bit of a potential rejection right at this level that I had discussed, 37.50. We wicked a little bit higher, but these weekly candles kind of closed right at that 37.50 level that I had discussed, and we're coming down, and Bitcoin dominance is climbing up. So should we be surprised today to see CROcoin just coming back and retesting at this high 11 cent level and maybe even wanting to revisit the 10 cent level? I don't think it should be that surprising because you need to see Ethereum break through this level for CROcoin to continue breaking out. Unfortunately, that's the way I've seen the crypto market, right? Ethereum is kind of the queen of all cryptocurrencies. The way these bull markets have always worked is Bitcoin rallies, Ethereum's rally, and then the larger cryptos rally into the down cryptos and the smaller cryptos. And CROcoin has been rallying on some of this news, but we're seeing a little bit of a hiccup. Why is there a broader hiccup? Well, I think there's two reasons for it right now, and I think CRO is just suffering the fate of the rest of the crypto market right now and not continuing to the upside because of a few key factors. One, buy the rumor, sell the news event off the Genius stablecoin bill actually getting approved. Very bullish thing, but a lot of buying leading up to that, and now some profit taking afterwards. I saw a lot of people in my personal life were texting me about the excitement of crypto last week, and when I see that, that usually corresponds with a profit taking opportunity is kind of the way that I've seen it. As soon as those messages start coming in from family and friends, I know maybe we are going to see a little bit of a move back to the downside. And we've seen that in the form of liquidations, right? What people do is when they see Bitcoin breaking through to the upside, they start kind of getting greedy and start thinking, okay, well, I'm going to ride along into price discovery mode. But the reality is it's really best practices in my personal experience to long support and short resistance. And this is certainly resistance. Now, it's very risky shorting Bitcoin as it's breaking into price discovery mode. But knowing that there was this buy the rumor, sell the news event kind of happening, this is a very logical level of resistance for us to find. And yesterday, we had a lot of hope in the crypto market that we would have a bigger rally for altcoins because everybody's been talking about altcoin season. We have this blue chip ETF filing that's great for XRP, Solana, CRO, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. And a lot of people have been talking about altcoins. And then we had this very exciting story come out. Just in, this was yesterday, the SEC approved conversion of the Bitwise 10 crypto index fund into an ETF holding for these cryptocurrencies. And no, CRO is not in it. And there you go. You've got people saying, no CRO, big mistake. So a lot of people were disappointed. Is that why CRO's down today? No, I don't think that has anything to do with the fact that CRO's down today. In fact, all of these coins are a little bit down today. Why? This is reason number 2. This story right here of this approval of this conversion of this Bitwise 10 crypto index fund into an ETF, it was approved and then actually reversed. The SEC paused this. They are not going to move forward with this yet. Why were people so excited about this story? Because the SEC approving the conversion of this fund from Bitwise was basically a green light to say all of these coins that have pending ETFs are likely going to get an ETF approval from the SEC. So XRP was very excited yesterday. Solana, Cardano, all these coins on the list. CROcoin was not involved in this. Again, I don't think that that's the most important part about this story, but it is a reason that these things are coming down today. The fact that the SEC approved this and then reversed it says that, okay, well, maybe it's not a certainty that these ETFs are going to get approved. Now, personally, I believe that these ETFs are as good as approved through the SEC. We see a very pro-crypto SEC more so than ever before. And so this is very exciting. And with all this volatility, I think there's fantastic trading opportunities, whether it is on a CRO or a Bitcoin or Ethereum or some of the larger meme coins that I like to trade. There's a lot of different ways to play this market. Obviously, DCAing and holding on for the long term is one strategy that we've been talking about since the lows of this bear market. And that has played out for a lot of people that have done that. But you have to take your own approach to these markets and do your own due diligence. Some people are quite good at trading. And if you guys want to trade as well, you can learn how to trade on your own. You could do some copy trading or you could do some demo trading. There's some affiliates in the links in the description down below for you. But the 2 reasons I think these markets are coming down today is because this was a fake out. Okay, this was a fake out. Yes, it's a disappointment. CRO wasn't included in this. And so for your CRO holders out there, note that this actually wasn't actually put through. Even if it was, I don't think that's a negative thing for CRO because you do have an ETF that does include CRO. And what's absolutely unbelievable about this is in this fund that includes, these cryptos right here, Kronos actually had a bigger allocation in this fund than XRP, which was spectacularly exciting for the CRO community. So with those 2 news stories that are kind of coming out, this SEC approval of this Bitwise conversion that was then rejected, and the fact that we kind of had that buy the rumor, sell the news event around the stablecoin bill, we're seeing a little bit of a sell-off in the altcoin market. And with that, you're seeing Bitcoin dominance start to climb back up. And this all exactly plays out with some of these levels of resistance that I've been looking at, not just for Bitcoin, but for Ethereum as well. And in order for altcoins to rally, you need Ethereum to really break through this level. I've been talking about this 37.5 level. And now next step would be breaking through 4,000, which has been a spectacular level of resistance for Ethereum as well over the last few years. So this is something that I'm going to continue to keep an eye on. I am bullish on CRO. I do believe that it could retest down into the 10-cent level. There's a chance it could come lower if Ethereum really does retrace back down to this lower trend line. Is that on the table? Well, I think you got to keep an eye on Bitcoin. Keep an eye on some of the news about tariffs. Now, there have been some positive stories about tariffs. Most likely, in my opinion, and again, do your own research, guys, I think we could see higher prices for Bitcoin and Ethereum still later this year. I believe this is the bull market, and I believe we are due for an altcoin season, but we're seeing a little bit of a hiccup on this Buy the Rumor, Sell the News event, on this fake out from this SEC approval, and just looking at these key levels of resistance. That's all I have for you guys in this one. Keep an eye on CRO. I believe the dollar CRO can happen in this bull cycle. I believe we could go higher, but continue to do your own due diligence and let me know what you guys think about CRO and this news about Bitwise. Should it have been included in this ETF thing or not? Let me know in the comments down below, guys. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. DCA, hold on, my friends. Of course, I'll see you in the next one. 2 videos here if you want to check them out. Until next time, peace, y'all.